Hello, this is a short screencast on the Equalitiestoolkit website to show you how to add images to your content. The principles are the same whether you're starting some new content or you're adding a picture to content that you've already got up. So first of all, make sure on the homepage that you're logged in, otherwise you won't have the necessary permissions to edit or create content. And then go to the content that you want to edit. In this instance, I've started a news item that I want to add some images to. I've clicked the do not send notifications for this update because I want to check that it's just right before I let it go out, because you'll remember that news items go straight out in an email digest. And when I'm adding pictures, I guess I'm several times more cautious about trying to get it right beforehand. You probably will have noticed that news items usually carry a little logo in the top left-hand corner relating to the story, and if there isn't something particular, you get the default logo for the website. So because this item is the forum's latest newsletter, then I'm going to upload their logo here. So you just click choose file, and then I've gone to where my various pictures and images are, and I select the forum logo. You can see it's selected it for me there, and then I click upload. And it's resized it automatically so it's not all over the place. Then my headline's already done so that it's snappy and perhaps could be tweeted easily. And we'll make a fairly short URL as well. And I've put my content in, and the first line is as close as I can get to the top because a digest will go out, and if there's no text there and maybe there's an image instead and people have got their images blocked, then they're unlikely to come to the website. So with a news item or a blog, try not to put a picture right at the top, put some text instead. You can see that I've entered text and I've left a space where I want to add a picture. So I'm just going to increase that space slightly. And the picture that I'm going to add is one from the newsletter that Margot has included about Havering College's project. And obviously when you're adding images, make sure that you've got the copyright permission. If you add it to your content, we are assuming that you've taken responsibility for that. So if it includes your learners or your staff, you need to have their permission. And if it's an image that you've taken off the internet, you need to make sure that you've got permission. If you're in any doubt about that, please make sure that you contact us. Okay, so going to the toolbar, you can see that on the second row of the toolbar there is a little icon of a tree where if you hover over it, it says insert edit image. So I'm going to click that, and what will come up is a dialog box for me to find the image that I want to insert. If you use this little browser to the right, then that will take you to all of the images that are stored on the website and will allow you to upload new ones as well. So you can see in this pictures folder, these are things that are already uploaded, and you could select those. But on this particular instance, what we want to do is upload one from my computer. So I'm going to click upload there. I could just go straight for choose file, but a tip a friend gave me that's always paid off is to always at the same time upload a large thumbnail, because you never know when you're going to need it. And then I'm going to find the file that I want, which is this picture of Havering College students that was in the newsletter, and then I just click upload, and that takes a few seconds to do. Once it's uploaded, you'll see it in this list on the right hand side, and it will be highlighted, so you can see that the original image is there and the little thumbnail's there. I know that I want to use something slightly larger than the thumbnail, and I'm just going to take a general note of the size of this particular image there, and then I'm going to select it. So I've double clicked it. Then probably the most important thing that you will do is this image description. This is your alternate text for those people who use screen readers, so it's absolutely essential that we do it for accessibility. And do make it something that's meaningful. Then put the title of your picture, which may well feel like you're repeating what you're doing, but it's really essential that image description is what a screen reader will read out. And then the next thing to do is to click this tab that says Appearance. Now this is where you're going to set the size and the positioning of your image, and you can see there's a helpful little guide over here. So first of all, when I selected the picture, I noticed that it was about 600 by 400. So to begin with, I'm going to halve that for the size of my image, and I do want some space around it, so I'm going to select that, and you'll see a change in the little tree, and I put some space around that. And I've decided that I would like a border as well, and you put a number in for the thickness of your border, so I'm going to put 2 in, and you can see what's changing down here is in the style of how it's going to appear. And then I have to decide, where do I want the picture? Do I want it set at the baseline, the top, the middle, etc.? So I'm going to select the middle for this one, and then I'm just going to click Insert, and you can see that the image is now in the middle of the page. And then in the normal way that you would using Microsoft Word or open source word processing, I'm just going to center that picture. And at the moment, I think I'm reasonably happy with that. I'm just going to move some of my text around. If the image and text are too big for you to see on the small editing screen, don't forget you've got this little full screen toggle button here, and you can click that and it will take you to a full screen where it's much easier to edit. When you want to go back to the small screen where you're going to be able to save this, then just click the toggle full screen mode. Right, I think this is probably going to do exactly what I wanted to do. I'm going to take out any spare space at the end there. And although I've put links in to the forum website and to the newsletter, I'm also going to attach a copy of it here. So I just scroll down to File Attachments and select Choose File. I know that I've got this file already saved in my downloads, and I then attach it. I am, however, acutely aware that this particular file is a PDF and will not be accessible to people who use screen readers very often. So I will also add a note to that effect in the text. I've just noticed the formatting's not great on that section, so I'm just going to try and reformat it so that it's the standard formatting, and that's worth checking each time. It's where I've copied and pasted from Word. Ideally you would do the lot completely, and I'll just make a little. So they'll be able to email Steve and we would contact the forum. And in order to make that email address live, I need to highlight it, copy it, oops, and then on the toolbar, just along from the little icon about editing images, you'll see the insert link chain. You get a similar dialog box. So I'm going to paste the link in there. And then because it's going off this website, I open in a new window and then just say what it is in the title. And then click Insert, and you'll see that it asks me if I want to make it an email prefix, which I say yes to. And then you can see that that link is now live and that we've got the newsletter attached to it. So I'm just going to scroll down and click Save. And the last thing that I'm checking before I let this go out is I want to check that the URL is not too long. And if I'm happy with the URL, then I will let it go out. And I am happy with the URL, so I'll go back into Edit, Don't check the little box this time. Scroll down to the bottom and click save. And that will now have gone out to everybody that's registered on the website in an email digest